In this video, I'm going to show you a couple examples of problems similar to the ones that are on Activity 6. For a more complete explanation of z-scores, make sure to watch the videos on z-scores that are under pages. So here's one example that I just made up. It's similar to what's on Activity 6, except it just has some different numbers. So this says a population has a mean age of 20 and a standard deviation of 2.5. And in this population, what is the z-score of a 26-year-old? Well, you have to use the z-score formula, and in words, it'll look like this. It's the data value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. Or in symbols, it'll look like this. I'll be sharing a complete list of the symbols we'll be using through the rest of the semester because in the topics that we'll cover from now on, there'll be a variety of symbols that'll show up in different topics. So this is what this looks like in symbols. Data value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So when you see this, this is all this is showing. So we need to take these numbers here. So it says, what's the data value? I'm sorry, what's the z-score of a 26-year-old? We need to turn this data value, this age, into a z-score by subtracting by the mean and dividing by standard deviation. Those two numbers are provided. The mean and standard deviation are provided in the question up here, 20 and 2.5. And the data value that we're turning into a z-score is 26. So 26, the data value, minus the mean of 20, divided by the standard deviation of 2.5. "26 minus 20 is 6. Now we divide 6 by 2.5. Six divided by 2.5 is 2.4. And let's put the sign on our answer like this, just because it could come out to a negative number, and the sign is actually important for z-scores. So it's positive 2.4, and let's, well, we can just leave this as 2.4 because it's exactly 2.4, but if it had come out with more digits, we should have, well, if it had come out with more digits, we would have rounded it to 2 decimal places with 2 digits after the point. So it would have been something like 2.41 or 2.45. So we need to be rounding z-scores to 2 decimal places, just because later on we'll be using something called the z-table, and to use a z-table, the z-scores that you calculate have to be rounded to 2 decimal places. So we just need to be in the habit of doing that.